indelible in
It's
our
time.
industry.
There's two-headed dick.
Oh, no.
It's time for the new sports. All about jock itch, fungus feet, sports bras. I love sports bras. I want to get one just to wear it around the house. You know, those man tits, you can really use one.
You having a unique Monday. Dude.
I'm trying to get the girls to bring in a sports bra because when we watch them on TV,
right,
they seem like such wonderful things. You would think the ladies that come on this show would just indulge us and bring in a damn sports bra. They don't own any tennis shoes.
I see. I mean,
they're fine. For everybody, welcome to New Sports.
See, this is the part where I go, what does this have to do with the sports part that's really on the floor, the court, clothes? I don't get it, man.
Lotrimin cream works on your feet and your nuts.
Okay.
Get rid of that fungus, that jock itch and the athlete's foot. Go get the Lotrimin cream, gentlemen. Go to Costco. Get the big jar.
See, it's just wrong. It's just wrong.
Rub some on your ass while you're at it.
All right, you guys. Since we now just lost our viewers in Wisconsin, we're going to go on to new sports.
Cheese is overrated anyway.
See what I'm saying? He relates food with this.
All sports
when
is
women
food.
come into the studio, he's supposed to bring them into the sports program. He chases them away.
Look at this picture right here.
I don't want to give them that.
Rose wiping his face after biting a Chicago dog.
It's my lead-in. I'm not paying attention to you. I'm doing my lead-in while he sits back and gets off on his good news, bad news, and the bad sports program. Mine is the good sports program.
I can't wait.
Now, look at Rose. Rose is confident.
I don't know. That doesn't. Look, his mouth is kind of upturned.
That's confidence.
Okay.
That's confidence. Now, let me just give you an idea why I believe it's still a good game that Chicago's putting on, but you just find the speed by Miami to be so overwhelming. Now, I'm not.
What happened to all that bench shit y'all was talking?
I'm still talking about
a bench.
Yeah.
Not enough bench.
Well, I'm still.
Also, you hear not a bench comment.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying. See, here's the part where I'm saying. I keep saying this. If you look at this point scored on both sides of the team, do you know that last game that the team basically was somewhat equal? I have some stats here that shows you the big three from Miami, big three from Chicago, and really it equalizes out. And when you look at the points, Chicago out-rebounded, of course, the Heat. Now, you know when you get rebounds, that converts to points, right? Not that many turnovers. You know what the difference it was? The bench scored on Chicago. Problem was they only shot 41%. Miami shot almost 51% from the field. The difference was the shooting percentage. So they both played to expectation, and Miami, so you don't get ready to rebel.
I'm just saying, y'all said so much about the bench.
Wait a minute.
I guess they don't need a bench.
Let me tell you this. This is the whole part. Miami does not shoot 51% from the field as a team. That was something they went above and beyond their normal average. So it's not saying that Chicago didn't do anything. Miami converted at a higher percentage. That's not their percentage of shooting. So it was a great game on both sides. Not a lot of turnovers. So Rose did, he could have done more. But when you out-rebound and the assists are about plus or minus 4 or 5 assists, on the floor it looked like Miami was just swarming. I said, but go look at the stats. So when I look at Chris Bosh at 34 points, 5 rebounds and 2 assists, I look at Carlos Boozer, 26 points, 17
Even though,
rebounds.
For a center, I'm not sure those are the exact kind of stats that I would want.
What would you want?
I mean, I like the points.
Okay.
I like the points. Okay. But I'm not sure if I want my center to have 5 rebounds.
I agree. Okay. So would you prefer Carlos Boozer's numbers being 26 points, 17 rebounds?
Oh, no. No. I mean, I actually prefer. I mean, I think it's good for Bosh because he's the one who, in public, has said, that maybe he was overwhelmed somewhat by the situation. I mean, even though I think a lot of people are overwhelmed by the situation, I think that happens every year.
Right.
Bosh had the nerve to actually say it.
Right.
And so people have been wondering. Plus, this whole thing all year long, as I have been saying all year long, at least that the Heat would be there.
Right.
And all those Heat haters, because, a lot of people admitted Heat haters. They just have a thing against LeBron, and they didn't want him there. But I think it's that kind of going to what I said. I said, wait till the postseason when the money's on the line and watch these guys gel. You still got 2 of the best players. I don't consider Bosh. I don't want to say 3 of the best because to me he's not a super center.
No. Mario, you're right on this. Let me do something real because I don't want to get lost in the mix. We have our resident objective opinion of a sports analyst we call Neighborhood Dave. Now, Neighborhood Dave, see,
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Neighborhood Dave.
Neighborhood Dave. Oops, excuse me.
Neighborhood Dave. You
Yes.
watched the game,
Excuse
right?
me.
I've been called a lot of things,
Yeah.
but Neighborhood Dave is a new one.
So, Neighborhood Dave, tell me, when you watched the game, what was the first thing that impacted you?
I didn't watch the game.
You didn't watch the game?
No, actually, I was at a family event. I had a new nephew being christened.
Oh, congratulations.
So I
So that counts
can-
instead of the game. Just new life.
had to go to church.
You know.
You heard of
Geez.
church, right?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
They have wine and biscuits.
Yeah, well, they weren't serving wine and biscuits.
Well, hey,
It's just a whole lot of salvation and redemption and stuff. you know.
well, did you handicap, before the series started, did you handicap the game at all yourself?
Well, actually, I thought Chicago, and I still think Chicago's going to take it.
Really?
Yeah.
And now, you know one thing about Chicago.
That's the great thing about opinions. Everybody could have one. Now, I may be wrong,
That's the bad thing about opinions.
but I still got one.
Wait, let me ask you. Now, I'm going to follow something on the other side here. I actually follow really the train of thought with Mario. But I have to put both sides in perspective. One is, I very seldom have faith in teams that don't have what they call experience or what they call senior leadership, those guys who have been there before. It's very hard to get a young group of guys to go into the NBA championship or the conference final and convert. And what Miami has is Haslam, Wade, Juwan Howard, people who know how to go through these games, and LeBron. So the favoritism goes with those who've been there and know how to step up. What do you think?
Okay, well, you remember what you just said, because when OKC gets there, I think they have a good chance. We'll get to this a little bit later on, but I think Oklahoma City has a good chance of getting to the finals and possibly winning. But getting back to the Chicago and Miami series, yeah, I think experience does weigh a lot on that, but I still think Chicago's got Derrick Rose, and that brother just balls. I mean, that brother just comes down the court and
But
just,
they're double teaming him and taking him out of the mix now.
yeah, I know.
You think? So you think?
Well, yeah, 5-on-1 beats 1-on-5.
but that was coming. Mario, wait a minute. Mario, wasn't
I'm
that
still
coming?
watching you
Yeah.
guys now. Don't say shit about bench. All year long. I've been listening. Even you too, Vic.
Right.
Bench,
All right, well, you
bench. And look what happened this time. That was my point. I guess some things equal out, and you don't need the bench so much. But I tell you what, it sure seems like Derrick Rose looks like he's by himself sometimes.
Well,
a little bit. A little bit.
Well, go ahead, Dave.
All right, I was just going to say one critical point about this is that all these teams that you're talking about right now are in the East and we're in the West, and I really don't give a fuck.
Well, if you get those little blue pills.
I'm a West Coast guy. All right, that's what I'll talk about. Oklahoma. I'll talk about the Lakers. I'll talk about those guys in the East. You know what? I want just. I don't care who comes out the East. I just want somebody from the West to kick their ass. That's all.
Oh, okay. I tell you
know,
what.
It may be a bad year then.
Yeah, it
No, let
Maybe.
me say this. I still believe.
I'm not
saying that. I'm not saying Chicago. Okay, Chicago's still worthy, and everybody predicted. They all said, you take Rose, cut the head off the snake. You got the team, because they have no backup point guard, and they don't have a leadership on the floor. That's really what it is. They
What
got a
happened to
lot of
Luau
play.
Deng? He went on vacation. Or
Well,
something?
yeah, but you got to play
There are
both.
moments of lapse.
Well, no, and really think about it. If when I said bench, if they were running and they continued to run, I said they had a chance. But Rose is really the snakehead. You cut Rose off, everything just crumbles. Now you take Wade or you take Bosch, any one of them out. Guess what happens? They still flourish. And when you look at the points here, look at Dwayne Wade scoring 17 points or LeBron James at 22 points. Both of them didn't have great games. So the part that I got out of this is that the unexpected person who came up as bench play on Miami that none of us saw coming was Haslam.
Okay.
We didn't see Haslam coming in to play the series. I think all of us forgot about it. I did. I admit it. I said, well, Haslam's not going to be coming in at all. All of a sudden, he jumps in. He changed the face of the game before this last game, and his impact is still being felt, and he's been there before.
I just don't think people expected him to have that impact. It's another one of those after-the-fact things. Everybody
wouldn't
knew
you?
Haslam was there. Well, because he was coming off injury, other things. He hadn't been playing that much. So people didn't expect it to be quite that impact. And then, of course, wow.
Right.
Let me give another perspective. Isn't it interesting? Because I tell you, I go back and watch videos from about a month ago. And it's interesting how just in the recent times, we thought that the West if it wasn't for the Lakers, we were all saying there was nobody in the West to beat other than the Lakers, right?
Right.
And that the East was the powerhouse.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, here we are. That's what my point was about the postseason. How everything in the postseason NBA always changes. Now, even without the Lakers, the West looks strong as hell.
Yes.
Because and the team that we didn't even consider very much,
Right.
the Dallas Mavericks, is looking super strong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Isn't that amazing how the postseason changes the NBA play? It's amazing to me how it can flip-flop in
Right.
terms of what you're looking at. I must admit, it looks like that the favorite team right now is probably...
I know you.
You going to say Dallas or
No.
you going to say Oklahoma? Who you going to say?
No.
Heat is probably favored.
Playing the best because of their defense.
Right. Heat
and
is probably the
swarming
favorite
defense
team
they
in the
have.
final, but man, it doesn't look quite like it was the shoot. We thought once the Lakers were out, well,
Right.
first of all, no one expected the Lakers to be out.
Correct.
And
Correct.
Now all of a sudden the West looks stronger because the Lakers are out.
Right.
Interesting.
And here's the other thing. Oklahoma did what I think the Lakers, Boston, all have done, preparing to go up against who they thought was going to be how they should go in their scheme of playing against big men. Oklahoma didn't prepare for Dallas. They prepared for the Lakers. And now, to me, Dallas is playing the role of how Oklahoma snuck up on the Lakers. Mm-hmm. And now they're in that role of the target group because everybody kept saying, if it's not L.A., Oklahoma. Although San Antonio was winning throughout the year, everybody still believed that their legs was going to give out on them, and they just didn't have the inside presence. So here, following what Mario's saying, yes, Dallas to me has the best game plan, better than Chicago. Why? Dallas is an offensive juggernaut. They're not going to shut anybody down. They play good defense, but you're going to have to keep scoring. Chicago does not score. So imagine having a great defense like they do, but you can't convert. Now you got Miami, who has a great defense and can convert offensively. So it's an easy pick to see why people picked 5 games. I still picked 7 games, 6 or 7
I
games.
still say Chicago players can step up. There are people who didn't score, like Gibson,
Right.
who can have moments that are very impressive.
Right.
So it's just I don't know. It's the game plan. Even though I must say I'm impressed.
Yes, yeah, I am. And let me just say this: there's a game being handicapped today with Dallas and Oklahoma, and a lot of people feel that Oklahoma is going to take this game because they played very well and the games are close. I still say here's the problem that they have: when you convert turnovers, if your point guard has 7 turnovers, how many points do you think that converts to when you turn over? Not every turnover is a point conversion.
That's true.
But how many points do you think you give up, Mario? If you turn the ball over 7, how many points do you think that equals to?
7 or 14.
7 or 14 to Mario. See, you know what he's doing.
I'm going back to Math 105. What if they turn into all 3-pointers?
See, this is what I'm saying.
Does he win a gold star?
I get a little hat.
Well, see, and this is the part that everybody's talking about. They keep saying they're concerned about Westbrook because he's scoring 30 points. He's scoring, no problem.
Right.
But he's turning the ball over untimely. And so it gets to this question I was going to get to later is, if he continues the same way of playing, do you see them winning? If he turns the ball over seven times today,
If he scores 35 points, yeah.
do they win?
Yeah. If he turns it over 7 times and he scores 35 points, they win.
Now, he scored 30 points and had 7 turnovers, and they lost the last game.
Well, okay. But
So
that's
you give it a 5-point difference.
No, I'm saying is you still have the other variables of the other people.
Okay. So they have to step
In other
up.
words, it's not just that. It's just not. In other words, to me, that's this whole thing. I think that overall he's been